Never buy credits or platinum from the market.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
This is one of 21 unwritten rules in Warframe. Let's see how many you can recognize. Whether you've known them for years or for a few minutes, people don't guess that being AFK holds everyone back. Not only are they not contributing, but they are also taking up space on the squad, meaning that someone else can't join. So it seems fair to punish them for wasting everyone's time. And the best way you can do that is by extracting from the mission before they can collect any meaningful loot. This one is especially true if you're a Nova or a Loki player. I do not know why you become possessed by this urge, but there is something about being able to send people to the depths that make it so much fun. So the next time you see a Still or an AFK player, open a portal in front of them to send them off the map. Or if you're Loki, switch teleport with them just before you fall to your death. When running missions like Void Fissures or Broken Walls, or just missions in general, it is generally understood by the player base that if everyone's not at the evac, always move away from it until they're all ready. Sometimes you can extract too early, and not everyone in the team was finished collecting that last reactant to crack open that Void Relic, or had time to pick up the mod from the Orokin vaults, or even got the chance to gather up important drops from mobs. So depending on the mission type, always pay attention to what your allies are doing before you extract everyone. One of the more unspoken rules, most of us already do this anyways, but for those of you who may not, it is super helpful to your fellow Tenno when you mark drops from the Stalker and Argon crystals found throughout the missions. Tile sets are generally large and other players may not have passed or may not have seen the room these items dropped in. Therefore, if you ever come across an Argon crystal on a mission, be sure to mark it so that your allies do not miss them. Hey, do you like to play Trinity? Well, you have a lot of cool options. You could try out some Nuke and Link builds or even a Well of Life DPS build, which can be pretty fun sometimes. But when it comes to PvE content, especially Eidolons or Exploiter Orbs, you have one job. And that is to use Blessing and babysit the lures. And if you're the only support frame, everyone automatically expects you to do those jobs. The power of her ability, giving near infinite energy and health, is just way too good to pass upon. If there's one thing as a Warframe player, is that almost everyone you encounter uses the Warframe market. It is a mandatory part of the play experience and has been so for many years now. If you're a new Tenno coming into the game, look up Warframe markets and thank me later. Whenever you're in a mission and your screen starts flashing rapidly, that means a faction or an enemy type has spawned in to either kill you or your allies. Responsibility falls on you to type in chat what enemy type it is, thus letting your allies know where and on who they are spawning on. Because you never know if the player with you also needs the mob drops as well. If a player offers you a wave, ball, or handshake, you have to give them one back. Or you're just showing that the Lotus didn't raise you right. It comes to no surprise to me when players accidentally kill the Sanctuary targets. Most missions you load into, Cephalon Samaras tells you that there's a Sanctuary target here and to bring it in. However, there are few players who ignore that and proceed to kill everything, not caring whether or not if they kill the Sanctuary target that someone else needed. So the next time you're in a mission with a Sanctuary target, be careful going around the map nuking everything. Your allies will appreciate you. Just like in real life how it is a chivalrous gesture to hold open a door for someone, the same thing holds true as well in Warframe. Whenever you're at an elevator going up into the next room in a mission, always hold it open for your teammates so that you can all go up together. I think by far one of the best things about the Warframe community is their unwavering duty to protect new players from spoilers. That said, whenever you run across a Mastery rank 7 or below player during a starting mission, it is an unspoken rule to not use your operator in front of them, to prevent any spoilers ruining the lore. So if you ever notice an experienced player casually void slinging across the map, let them know in chat that there's a new player in the squad. It is mandatory that if you're parkouring, that you use void sling to travel around faster. You could bullet jump around like a normal person, but void sling just feels so much better. If you find a new player on a mission, you must do everything in your power to impress them. You come across any bosses out there, use your most overpowered weapons and ability to protect them with your life. At the end of a mission on evac, you must emote and show off your operator or drifter fashion to showcase how fast you completed the mission objective. 100 points to Gryffindor if you cast abilities on evac as well. If someone emotes you in PvP, you better emote them back. Asking someone to play PvP will either trigger 3 responses from the player.
There's PvP in the game? Bro, why would I run PvP?
And then there's the third, the player who won't ask any questions but instead go off on a rant about how DE could make PvP great again. The PvP player base does not exist. So if you want to 1v1 bots in Conclave with Teshin, go right ahead. If your or someone else's companion goes down during the mission, you have to immediately stop what you're doing and go revive it. Not helping to revive a pet just says to everyone that you're a bad human being. Whether you play solo or with friends, you have to beat the other players to evac before they can. So the next time you see a Volt, Titania, Wukong, etc., get to extraction first and you'll automatically win. Doesn't matter what the activity is, but when people send a looking for post in recruitment chat, the people that join already know what to do, and if there's a specific role that is needed to be filled, they are willing and ready to take on that role. At some point throughout your time playing the game, you may have come across a player who may have gifted you an item that has been on your wishlist for quite some time, or may have even given you a free prime set. The point is, when a player who was kind enough to gift you something for nothing in return, you have to do the same thing to the next player who needed it just as you did. If you thought of any unwritten rules I might have missed out on, tell me in the comment section below. Until next time, farewell Tenno.